It's all done here at the Thornbury Surfacing Stadium after Chippenham's 2-1 defeat to Maidstone United. Mike, I understand obviously it's going to be a little bit raw in the way that the game ended there, but probably on the balance, might have been a fair result in the end.
Yeah, I think they were, big and strong. They got it in behind us quite a lot, which we expected. So, fair play to them for winning the game. I thought, if you took it on chances and things like that, they probably had the more chances, and they just had that bit more of the area of the game down in our sort of third of the pitch, if you like. And I thought, they were probably good value for that. But obviously, there's other things to talk about today rather than their performance. But well done to them. I like Hakan. I hope they go on and win the league. I thought they were a big, strong team who's probably been the most consistent team over the season. So yeah, fair play to them.
So we'll try and pick apart a few of those moments. Obviously, the game didn't start ideally, obviously with Maidstone going 1-0 up. It was a goal from Jerome Binnon-Williams. It didn't look as if anything that Nika, who's obviously stood in goal for us today, could have done too much about it. A little bit of a defensive mix-up and Jerome's flashed the ball home with 1-0 down, and what a response from the boys right on the cusp of half-time. Tom Mayhew's unleashed, another brilliant strike in off the crossbar. You're going in at half-time 1-1 and probably feeling good value for it.
Yeah, and I thought that they probably had 2 or 3 really good chances in the first half, which I thought Nika did really well against. He made some couple of good saves. On the balance of play, they probably looked a little bit more threatening than us, but we always look like we've got that little bit of a goal in us as well, especially with that strike from Tom. I'm pleased for Tom as well, because he's another one we're trying to get a little bit more up the pitch, although he's at the bottom of the diamond for us. And I thought, his strike was superb. I thought he was great today again.
And then speaking of superb strikes, your half-time team talk had barely left your tongue before Joanne Luque had flashed one over into the far corner. Again, nothing really the goalkeeper could have done about it. You just got to sort of hold your hands up sometimes and say, with sides like Maidstone and players like Luque, they've got that quality to undo you if you give them the space to do it.
Yeah, I think so. He's a good player as well, and he threatened all afternoon, coming in on the inside of that with his right foot, his way he can go on the outside as well. I think he's normally a centre forward, to be fair to him, so for him to be one of those forwards who plays wide and come inside, I thought he always looked a bit of a threat. It was a great strike as well. I don't think there was anything that Nika could have done about that. So on the balance of things, we're not disappointed because we've lost the game, because I thought they were probably a little bit better than us. But the referee, Mr. Watkins, has got to have a little look at himself, because I thought he was far short of the standard for the National South League. He needs to have a good look at himself, really.
We can't hold off any longer, Mike. We're going to have to get on to the big talking point, and the reason why there's a little bit of melancholy in the voices. End of the game, 90th minute, Mo Dabre beats his full-back, and to be fair, credit to Dabre, he's come on and done an absolute job. He's gone round Binnon-Williams, he's got the other side of the goalkeeper sides him down, 2 arms across both thighs. Mo Dabre's gone down, the linesman's not flagged it, the referee's waved it away. Scenes that have followed afterwards, obviously with yourself picking up the caution, it's a stonewall penalty from everyone that I've spoken to and seen. The analysis guy on the far side, everyone who's on that side of the pitch, everyone behind the goal, the 2 commentators from Maidstone, everyone on my side of the pitch has said that's a penalty, and unfortunately today Mr. Watkins hasn't given it.
No, I don't see what his problem is with us as well, because I thought his overall performance for the 90 minutes was poor, and I don't know where he lives or where he comes from, but he's got to be somewhere close to Maidstone, because you do not referee a game like he's refereed it there. And I just think that he's the only person in that ground who mattered that was a penalty then, and there's just no 2 ways about it. For him to come over to us and say there was contact, but it wasn't enough contact, is a ridiculous thing to say. He's touched him, he's impeded him. I don't know whether the Maidstone players are having a giggle at us, but nearly every one of them said it was a penalty. And when their goalkeeper comes over you and he's laughing as he shakes your hand and says, yeah, it was a penalty, then it probably was a penalty, to be honest. So not too pleased with Mr. Watkins.
It's sticking your craw-dated decisions like that. They sometimes are season definers. Obviously, it won't come down to this. We've had a lot of football before, and we've got a lot of football still to go on the stretch. But big decisions sometimes change the course of seasons. And with results going the way that they've gone today, well, I think we've slipped as far as 11th. We're now looking at a very outside stab for the playoffs at best. But we've got 6 cup finals remaining. Obviously, you've highlighted there that Maidstone, top of the league, they're cruising towards it now. And Hakan, as he's leaving the pitch there, he is a good bloke, very, very gracious in victory. You've probably done no favours for your boys by saying they go on and win the league, because your next opponent to the other side chasing at the top there, number 2, Dorking. Yeah. So we've got to take the boys obviously now on Good Friday to Dorking. It's going to be another tough test, but I'm sure back on the 4G surface, back on the road, it'll be one that you guys will relish and take the unfortunate aspects of today's performance and really turn those into positives.
Yeah, and I think when you turn up like we did today as well, because man for man they've probably got a little bit better team, man for man, so you'd expect them to have large chunks of possession of the game and a few more chances maybe, so that was to be expected. But I think we enjoy the challenge against the bigger teams, and it's one of those games again, like you said, it's on AstroTurf, it's against Dorking. We've got nothing to lose. We're going to have a right go at it like we did today, because that was what was pleasing today. We didn't look second best all over the pitch for huge amounts of parts of the time of the game. So to give them a game first and foremost is well done to the lads, and to keep us in it right to the last minute where we should have had that penalty is it's a credit to all the coaching staff and the players really.
Few positives coming into the next game. Obviously, Jordan Young's come through a fitness test in 90 minutes today. Obviously, we have seen a couple of players leaving the pitch. Spence Hamilton with a back. We knew that was a recurring niggle from the Billericay game last week. We've also seen Zaid, who looked very lively beforehand, go off with what seemed to be a leg injury. Have we got any updates on Spence and Zaid? Or are we thinking that they might be back into training for this week, or do you think they're going to be a little bit of time out?
I think probably best not saying too much, because I was totally wrong about Jordan. It was a bit of a mysterious injury last week, really, with the pain that he was getting in his thigh, and then all of a sudden not to get anything from about Wednesday onwards is a bit strange. But we've got a few days rest now. We haven't quite got that week, but we've got the 6 days. We'll be in training again on Tuesday just to assess them, and we'll give it a right old go against Dorking.
And one last quick thing before we go, obviously I think it'd be strange not to mention the hat tips, the hard work that's gone in this week from multiple people in solving the emergency crisis with the goalkeeper. We've pulled out Nika today, who's come in, I believe, trained with you Thursday. Credit to the lad, there wasn't anything he could do with the 2 goals, and I thought today in certain places I thought he was probably good value for keeping us in the game. Will Henry back in next week after suspension, and I'm sure that's not going to change too much in the fact of your plans. He's been a fantastic goalkeeper for us all season, Will, but I suppose you'd like to put on register your thanks to Nika for coming in and helping us out at such short notice.
Yeah, he's been brilliant, he's been really good. Everybody that we spoke to him about him, they all said he's great, go with him, so they've been proven right as well. And I just thought he's a good lad. He's come in, and like I said, we were lucky enough to have him Tuesday as well. He's been travelling in from, I think it was Leicester, so it was a fair old trek for him to do that, and to rock up like he's done is great. But there again, you look at Callum coming in today, making his debut for the club, and you look at Levi
as well.
And we've got not only a young team as in age wise, because they're very young, those 2 are 18 and Nika's 20, but you look at it, very inexperienced of playing together, and giving them a game like we did today is quite pleasing as a coach when you see that, because of the things we work on really.
Brilliant. Well, Mike, we'll wrap it up for today, mate. We'll go and let you get a drink inside you, and hopefully you don't cross paths with the referee on your way there. So, but all signs point to good. We're still in and around it. Dorking next week. We knew that these next 7 games were going to be really difficult. It started today with an unfortunate defeat to Maidstone, but credit to you, credit to your staff, credit to your players for keeping us in it as long as you did, and well done for today, Mike.
Great.
Super.
Thanks,
well done.
Cheers.